What's up, everybody? Welcome to Moneyline Media. I hope you guys are all having a great day. We are about to be joined by Noah Curtis, everybody, of FIU. Hope you guys are prepped. Defensive lineman, 6'6", 267 pounds. Deirdre, run it down.
He is from FIU, like you said. He was honorable 2018, sorry, all conference USA honorable mention. 2019 Athlon Sports preseason all conference USA third team. Phil Steele preseason all conference USA third team. Had a very good career with FIU. Recently was in the Hula Bowl, and he is coming on right now. Hey Noah.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Is there any way so on your left hand corner there should be like a little camera, like one of those old school. There we go.
There you go.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. So thank you for coming on.
Oh, no problem.
Yes, sir. No, if we could just kind of start at the beginning with your recruiting process and what made you decide to play college ball at FIU?
Well, I still remember the day I even heard of FIU. It was after a high school basketball game, and my mom got a home call from Bush Davis. And when I got home from the game, she said, "Oh yeah, Bush Davis called." I was like, "Bush Davis from like University of Miami,
Right.
Cowboys, Bush Davis, yeah." I was like so excited and stuff, and then I called back and he answered. He was like, "This is Bush Davis. I'm with FIU." I didn't know where FIU was at the time, to be honest, but with him being there, I knew I wanted to play for a guy like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's someone with kind of championship lineage. He really built that Miami team from scratch after that everything happened.
Yeah.
So the season was kind of a crazy season for everyone. What was it like for you going, practicing during the pandemic, and also kind of after the games? You were, you didn't know who you were playing next week, if someone would cancel. What was that like?
Mm-hmm. Stressful. I mean, because especially during your senior year.
Right.
I mean, we only played 5 games this year, and the other games were canceled because of COVID reasons, and it was hard on everybody. Practices were like especially hard because you don't have a lot of guys. So you only go at a certain tempo.
Right.
Not practicing with enough O linemen. You have to rely on your backups, and even walk-ons.
Right.
Just to help you get a good look in practice. I mean, it was tough. It was tough on all of us, the players, coaches, trainers,
Right.
the staff. It was tough on everybody. I mean, it was just
Crazy
crazy.
time.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah, and then you got the COVID test like 3-4 times a week.
Wow.
You gotta wear a mask everywhere. You gotta social distance. And even after practice, you gotta like sanitize really good, and everything virtual meetings, virtual everything. So it was hard.
How tough is that? I know that you were one of the upperclassmen, but how tough was that for like those freshmen too? Like those freshmen probably learning everything virtually was something that was tough. You kind of almost had to take on like a coach's role, I'm sure, as the upperclassman, teaching these guys, hey, this is actually what you have to do when everything's virtual.
Yeah. So I believe when the freshmen came in a little later than it did because of COVID. Like I said, it came in like a couple weeks later.
Right.
Like they're supposed to come in like midsummer. I think they came like a couple of weeks after. I don't remember, to be honest, but it was hard because the freshmen, they weren't really like acquainted with how things are supposed to be, like with the workouts and going to the classes every day. It's hard from a virtual standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a bunch of the guys, including myself and the seniors, we had to step up to teach them everything with the playbooks and how to do a certain drill right and a certain pass rush move and a certain alignment. So we definitely did take on more of like a teaching standpoint more than ever.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. So Noah, you had the chance to play in the Tropical Bowl and in the Hula Bowl this season. What was that experience? What were both experiences like for you?
Well, first of all, it was a huge honor to just be able to compete in the games. I mean, I was forever grateful just to be selected. I mean, not that many people get selected out of college, so I was truly blessed for the opportunity. It helped me grow not only as a football player, but as like a man and like off the field and like even with the CGS Bowl in Texas, even though they didn't have a game, they did help us a lot, with how to manage your money and and life after football. Like if you want to start doing like charities, and it definitely did like open my perspective up. Just like this game doesn't last forever, so
Absolutely.
you gotta like you gotta find out what you're gonna do afterwards.
Right.
So this CGS definitely did help me for the Tropical Bowl. I hadn't played a game prior to that since the beginning of November, so everybody was like a bit rusty. But I was just happy to be able to like compete on a college level, play with college's best seniors throughout the country for Tropical Bowl and the Hula Bowl. The Hula Bowl was just overall a great experience. I mean, for a week, I got to learn under Hall of Famer Mike Singletary.
Yes.
Yeah. So not that many people could say they actually got coached from a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
It was for that week, you really did feel like a pro. Just the way like everything was managed from like the hotel standpoint and like off the field standpoint and like practice standpoint, you were basically treated like a pro, not like a college kid. So that was like our first glimpse of like actually being a pro football player, and that was just an audition. We're auditioning right now.
Right.
How'd you like Hawaii?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I mean, it's sad I couldn't take my fiance there, but we'll plan something soon.
Awesome.
You made the decision to declare for the draft recently. Can you tell us what went into your decision and why you decided to not take the extra year of eligibility?
Yeah, so I'm forever grateful for my 4 years at FIU. I mean, it helped me grow as a person and as a man. I felt like from a mental standpoint and a physical standpoint, I was ready to go. I mean, I'm the strongest and I'm way more than I've ever been. From a mental standpoint, I feel like I'm ready to take things on and like compete at the NFL. Also, I felt like I did all I could do in my 4 years. I accomplished everything I wanted to do in college. Be a starter and make these all conference teams and, go to a bowl game, be a team captain and, leadership council, I felt like I did all I could do at FIU, and I'm forever grateful for them allowing me to have an opportunity to play. But I felt like mentally, physically, the best move for me was to declare.
Absolutely. So what has been your most memorable college game and why?
Ooh, good question. Probably had to go back to my junior year when we played Miami Hurricanes.
Okay.
That game was the most memorable to me because, first of all, we got to play at Marlin Stadium, which was the old Miami Hurricane Stadium before they built the downturn to the Marlin Stadium, and we were the home team supposedly. But those games that feel like away games.
Yes.
That was our case. So like as soon as we came out the tunnel and under the fog and everything, we were getting booed left and right. Yeah, but like that only motivated us even more. And the way that the team played against the Hurricanes was unbelievable. I mean, when you're clicking on all three phases and you're playing together and you're like jumping around, making plays, just being happy, because you're beating your like basically your home like your rival,
Right.
and like we beat them all three phases, all four quarters, and once the game was over, and when we poured that water or Gatorade on Coach Davis' head, and we like stormed the field. I mean,
that has to be a big game for him too.
Yeah, it was a huge game, and that's just something like you don't experience at FIU. I mean, it's a memory that none of us are going to forget ever. And the way that the guys played is unbelievable. So that's probably my most memorable game ever.
When did you first realize like that this talent that you have, that you would be able to reach the next level and do football for a living?
It didn't really hit me till high school. I mean, going into high school, I was a quarterback. Mm-hmm. So my ninth grade year, I was on JV. I was a like third, fourth string when I got moved up to varsity. My 10th grade year was when I got opportunities to play defense, and I didn't play defense for a couple of years now. But I'm forever grateful for my defensive coordinator. His name's Brian Pulaski. If you tag him, he'll tell you everything. But
yes,
I remember the day I got my shot, and what really led me to believe that I could really do this. So we were thin on guys at practice because I think people had like ACT, SAT prep, and like. Gotcha. So I was on scout team defense at defensive end, and I was just like shooting the gaps, just making plays that whole day. And Coach Pulaski came up to me after practice. He was like, I could use that on defense.
Yeah.
So he put in like this little package for me on defense. And then that first game, I had 2 sacks and I didn't play.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I didn't play for like 3 years on defense. Okay. And then from then on, from like then to like junior year and then senior is when it really clicked for me. Like I could really do this. And then once I signed my letter to FIU, I was like, I'm just one step closer to my goal. Right. So now 4 years later, I'm declaring for a draft and I accomplished everything I wanted to do in college. I'm like right there at my with what I want to accomplish.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So with the draft coming up, what should NFL teams expect from you both as a person and as a player?
Well, as a person, you're going to get somebody who's very involved with the community. I mean, I love giving back to those in need and doing food drives and, giving back clothes and all that stuff. I love, like, giving back to my community because me and Beyonce, we've been doing this for a couple of years now where we'll go back to my hometown and we'll give back food to the homeless and we'll just give back shoes and everything. So off the field, you're going to get somebody who's very involved with their communities and loves to do community charities. On the field, you're going to get somebody who's going to come to practice every day, give it my all, talking and just being a leader. I was just hustling to the ball.
Love it.
Yeah.
Any team would be lucky to have, So we play this game with all of our guests. It's called Steady Fire. They're just fun, random questions that we ask. Some will have to do with football. Some won't have to do with football. I'll go first. What was your favorite jersey that you ever got to wear as a player?
As a player?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question. Ooh. I probably have to say, ooh. That's a really good question. I love clutch. Probably Cam Newton's. I have all 3 jerseys of Cam Newton when he played as a Carolina Panther. Like the Carolina, the black, the white. I probably would say Cam Newton.
Awesome.
What's your favorite home-cooked meal?
Ooh. Fried pork chops, rice, beans, mac and cheese on the side.
Very nice. Delicious.
Yeah, very.
Are you going for some dessert or no?
Ooh, for dessert, I probably say strawberry shortcake.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Choices. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could, who would be like the one person in your mind that you would like one quarterback in your mind that you would love to sack?
Are we going back to like now or like
Anyone? It could be anyone in the past, now, whoever.
Ooh, Michael Vick.
Ooh, that'd be a tough sack. That'd be a good one.
That's gonna make it even more better.
Yeah, exactly. Catching up to him, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, did you have a favorite team growing up?
I didn't really have a favorite team growing up. I just love football so much. I just love to support everybody, to be honest. I mean, like I had like my certain players. Like when I was a quarterback, my favorite player was Cam Newton, so I followed like the Panthers.
Okay.
When I got to defense, it was Myles Garrett. So then I started following the Browns because he was on the Browns team.
Right.
So it's just, I don't have a team. I just like players that for my position.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was a running back, Little League, it was LT, LaDainian Tomlinson.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so.
All right, so I'm going to put a hypothetical out there. Okay, you just say, no, you didn't, but just say all 4 years of college, you lose every game, but you play one team every year and you crush them. What team do you want that to be?
FAU.
FAU? Okay. I had a feeling it was going to be FAU.
FAU, without a doubt.
Beautiful. So, if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Oh, shapeshift into anything I want to be.
Awesome.
Gotcha. What is your favorite color?
Pink.
Pink. Nice.
Yeah.
I wore it especially for you.
Yeah, I love pink.
So, what has been your favorite city that you've been able to travel to?
Ooh, that's a good question. Because I recently went on a trip with my fiance. Probably say New Mexico.
Okay.
Went to New Mexico. We drove. We saw like the mountains.
Yep.
And like everything, and it was very pretty. I'd probably say New Mexico, to be honest.
You go to Albuquerque?
Was that Albuquerque? I think so. I think we were near Albuquerque.
Okay. Nice. Not Hawaii.
Yeah.
No, I probably say New Mexico, to be honest.
All right.
Do you have a favorite, like, so non-football professional athlete? So a basketball player, a baseball player, that is your favorite. Who's your favorite?
Ooh. From a basketball standpoint, I mean, this is going on like not announced game, but it could be anybody.
It could be anybody.
So from basketball standpoint, I'd probably say Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah, and from a baseball standpoint, I'd probably say Giancarlo Stanton.
Okay.
Another Yankee, Deirdre. There you go.
Well, because yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Just because he's like tall and stuff, and I do love baseball.
Right.
So if I did play baseball, I'd be similar to that.
Gotcha.
I know. Strip sack, return for a touchdown, or pick six.
Pick six.
Pick six.
You could get strip sacks. You get strip sacks all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But you talk about interception for a touchdown. How many D linemen can say they have that?
That's
exactly.
That's
yeah. So I probably say pick six.
Who was the toughest player that you went up against in the Hula Bowl? Like the toughest offensive lineman?
Probably Demery, my teammate.
Oh, okay.
I probably had to say Demery.
Awesome.
If you can go back and play one college game over, one game that you lost, which game would it be?
That's a trick question because I live with no regrets. I feel like if you lose a game, you
learn from it.
You learn from it, yeah. So I want to say I want to go back and change one game because I've learned from all of our losses.
Great answer.
Gotcha. Right. If I'm trying to think, favorite movie.
Favorite movie. I have a lot of them actually. Ooh, probably Real Steel with
Okay.
Hugh Jackman with the robot boxing. I like that. I like Ali with Will Smith, iRobot, Will Smith. There's a lot of movies I like. Friday Night Lights with Billy Bob Thornton. That's one of my favorite movies. But my favorite one right now is probably Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler.
Okay. Great choice.
Yeah.
So, do you have a hype up song? Get you going, ready to make some sacks?
Well, if we talk about music, music varies for me. I have like a bunch of hype up songs I listen to from different genres.
Okay.
But probably one is just Dreams and Nightmares from Meek Mill. I had to have a video from like when we were doing like a media shoot, photo shoot for FIU. I was singing to that and they recorded me. So I'd probably say Dreams and Nightmares.
Okay.
Okay. If you didn't play defensive lineman, I know you played quarterback a little bit. What position would you want to play?
Probably tight end, actually.
I was thinking that. I'm like, you're 6'6", perfect build
Yeah.
for it. Like, you'd be a great tight end.
Yeah, I'd probably say tight end.
All right. So you said that you would rather have a pick six. Is there a specific quarterback that you want to have that pick six off of?
Eli Manning, just because that's my fiance's favorite quarterback ever.
Why are you gonna do that to me, man? I'm a Giants fan.
Yeah, she's a Giants fan too, so I'd probably say Eli Manning, Peyton Manning.
Go Big Blue.
Yeah.
All right. We got one last question for you because I know you're probably still jet lagged from that wonderful Hawaii trip. But we talked about what teams could expect from you. What should fans expect from you?
Just somebody who's gonna have fun with the fans and just, always see a smile on my face, doing these silly TikTok videos and these
Nice.
just someone who's be very engaging, fun, but also very hardworking and very dedicated to the job.
Awesome.
Noah, thank you so much for coming on. We can't wait to have you back on. Best of luck in the draft. We'll be rooting for you here. Thanks so much, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Stay safe. Stay well, man.
All right, you too. Thank you.
All right, and that was Noah Curtis of FIU. He has opted for the draft. We will be watching for him in the 2021 National Football League draft on April 22nd or 23rd.
I have no idea, but it
we'll be watching
multiple days. Yeah,
22nd to the 25th or whatever. But
we'll be watching the last two rounds, like the last 2 days, not the first round together because that's on a Thursday. But we will have the rest of the rounds live. Okay.
All right, that's a wrap for tonight, guys. Stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated.